Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Middleware Technologies. Today we will be looking at OpenDistro Elasticsearch. OpenDistro Elasticsearch is a indexing document indexing tool. Basically, this is used for capturing different types of logs and index them to analyze and visualize. Okay, so today I'll show you how you can install and set up OpenDistro Elasticsearch along with Kibana using a Docker Compose file, and along with that we will also see how we can set up update the security settings of OpenDistro. So here is the document that I am going to refer for this video. So before going into the OpenDistro, before going into the details of this OpenDistro tool, I'll just I want to give a quick overview of what is Elasticsearch, ELK stack, and what is OpenDistro. Okay. So ELK stack, which is coming from the Elastic team. Basically it is a same tool like OpenDistro, but ELK stack doesn't contain the security alerting, monitoring and some other features pre-built. OpenDistro has those features like security alerting and monitoring pre-built along with Elasticsearch. So whenever you are installing the Elasticsearch tool, you will be getting the security alerting, monitoring and some other features pre-installed, and the security is already configured in that. So that is the main difference between ELK stack and OpenDistro Elasticsearch. Okay. So let us get started with OpenDistro. The first and foremost thing about OpenDistro, to use OpenDistro along with Docker, is we need to have the Docker and Docker Compose installed. Okay. So there are various documents and online documentation available on the Docker portal, which you can go through to check how to install the Docker and how to install the Docker Compose file. Okay. So let me show you. I have my Docker already installed. And Docker Compose is already installed. Okay. So let me start my Docker service. So I have started my Docker service. I'm checking the service whether it is up and running. Okay, so I can see my Docker service is up and running now. Okay, so once you have verified the Docker Compose and Docker Docker is up and running, the next thing that we want to do is we want to prepare the Docker Compose file. Okay. So I have my Docker Compose already kept ready. You can get the sample Docker Compose file for installing the Elasticsearch and Kibana service of the OpenDistro with the Docker Compose file. So you can get it from the portal of OpenDistro documentation. Okay. So let me show you that Docker Compose file also. So I'll give you a quick overview of what this Docker file contains. So this Docker file will be installing three services. One service is ODE node 1, which will install the first node of the cluster. The second is ODFE node 2. This is the second cluster of the node, which node Elasticsearch, and the third one is the Kibana. Okay, so I haven't edited anything. This is the default Docker Compose file, which I have received, which I have got from the OpenDistro documentation portal. Okay, so the main thing is the volume section. So this is the volume mount that I have created, which will store the persistent data of the Elasticsearch cluster. So this one you need to create and make sure you have given the read-write access. And these are the default ports on which the Docker services will be listening. So Elasticsearch will be listening on 9200 port, and Kibana services will be listening on 5600 port, 5601 port. Okay, so these are some main things about the Docker Compose file which you should be aware of. So let me close my file and try to bring up the Docker Compose. So this command is basically going to bring up the services in the Docker Compose which we have defined, and the -t option is to run the services in the detached mode. That is basically they will be running in the background. Okay, so now I have my 3 services up and running. That is the Elasticsearch cluster, node 1, node 2, and the Kibana service. Let me go into my documentation. So we have created the Docker Compose file, and we have brought up the services. So let me quickly verify the logs. We can do it in this way: Docker Compose logs -f and the service name. So basically my Docker service names are ODFE node 1, ODFE node 2. So let me verify the logs for ODFE node 1. So as you can see, ODFE node 1 has been initialized. Similarly, you can verify for node 2. ODFE node 2 has been initialized. And let me check for Kibana also. Okay, the message server running at 5601 is what you get when it is up and running. Okay, so how we can validate, other than the logs, how we can validate the services? Okay, Elasticsearch can be validated using the curl command. So let me show you how we can run the curl command. So Elasticsearch is running on port 9200. So we will be using curl command to post get data. -x get is the method that we want to run on localhost 9200. with user admin. So this one I'll let you know like why we are using admin. Okay, So basically what this command is doing is it is just getting the using get command get method to retrieve the data on 9200. So basically it will show you the cluster details of ODE node 1. And this user -u is the user that we are passing. As I said initially, OpenDistro comes with security pre-installed and configured. So there is a set of internal users that are set up along with OpenDistro when you install the Elasticsearch and Kibana services. So there are a set of internal users along with the default passwords that come in. So the default password right now is admin. Okay. So this is how you can validate the OpenDistro Elasticsearch service. And for Kibana service, you can directly go into the portal. For Kibana service, we can validate using the HTTP URL hitting on the port 5601. Okay, so this is the default login page for Kibana services. So I'll log in with admin. So there you go. You will be able to access the Kibana service with the default credentials. That is the security setup. So let me go into my documentation again. So we have created our Docker Compose file. We have brought up our services. One thing I want to mention here is, in case if you are not able to start up the services and you get the following virtual memory map error, you should be able to set up the parameter VM max map count to that value, so that you will not get that error once you restart the services. So that is one thing you can note, and you can consider creating that variable so that the services will come up without any errors. Okay, so we have validated our Elasticsearch cluster and Kibana services. Now what we want to do is we want to update the security settings. Basically, I want to update my password for the default internal users that are available with the Elasticsearch. For that purpose, we need to connect to the Docker containers like Elasticsearch containers and run few commands. So we will get into that one by one. Let me clear my screen and we'll do Docker PS so that we will get to know what all running services are available. And let me connect to first node. So this is the ODE node 1. So as you can see, we are now connected to the container ODE node, ODFE node 1. So this is the working path where the Elasticsearch is installed. So first thing, in order to update, so basically let me show you the internal users configuration file, which is available by default, from where the default authentication is happening. Let me change into the following security configuration directory. So this is the internal user file which has the user and the default password, that is the hash value. So these values are the default ones that I am trying to change. So I am trying to change the default password for admin, which is admin, to a different value. And you can see like there are other users also, like Kibana user, Kibana read only, Logstash. Every user which is available has some set of roles as attached to it. So admin user has all the roles. Kibana server has no roles right now. Kibana read only has backend roles attached to Kibana user and read all. So these are the type of roles that are attached, and based on the roles, the type of action that user can perform, and the level of access they will be having. Okay, let me close the internal user file, and we are currently in the security configuration folder of the Elasticsearch node. The first thing that we want to do is we need to create a new hash for the new password. Okay, so this is a command that we need to run. There is a hash.sh script available within the Elasticsearch product, so that we need to run along with the new password. So I'm keeping my password as admin@1234 for now. So let me run it and create the hash. So this is the hash that we created. So we need to update this hash in the file. So let me comment this out. And create the same line with a new hash. Okay. So let me save this file. So we have updated the internal user file for the user admin with a new hash, that is a new password. Now after the password has been updated in the internal user file, we need to update the security configuration. So this is the command that we need to run. So let me explain you. Let me clear my stuff. So here we are basically running the security admin.sh file with the configuration, security configuration, and we are passing the chain certs, that is certification authority certs, and the certificate, the main certificate, and the key certificate. So these are some of the important things that we are passing to the security admin and running the tool. So this is going to actually update the security configuration within the cluster. Okay, so now we have updated, and if everything goes successfully, you will get a message done with success. Okay. So let me disconnect from this cluster, clear my screen, Docker PS, and let us connect to our another cluster. Let me go into the same folder which we have gone in the first cluster. Here you can see the internal user is still not updated, so we need to update it here also in the second container. For that purpose, we will be carrying out the same steps that we carried out for the first cluster. So first thing is we need to generate the hash. I'll copy this hash value and update it in the internal user file. So I have updated the file, and now we need to run the security configuration update. Now everything is done. I'll disconnect from the cluster. The next thing is we can validate the services with the new password. So let me run this with the default password. Now we should not be able to connect to it. Okay, now we are not able to connect to it. So let me update the password. So as you can see, we have got the output with the new password. That means we are able to connect with the new password. In a similar way, you can connect, or you can log in into the Kibana service with the new password. If I try with admin, it won't work. If I try with admin@1234, we are able to log in into this Kibana service and we can verify. So here also I'll just give you a quick overview, like where you can see the security settings. You can see in the security section authentication. So this is all the authentication methods that are supported. And this is where the internal users are available. So these are the default internal users that are available, like Logstash, Kibana, Snapshot, Restore, Admin, Kibana, RO. So these are the ones that we have seen in that file. So these have a different set of roles attached to it. So if you go into the role section, you will see like role, and along with that the internal user that is attached to that role. So you can see backend roles, Kibana user, admin. That admin is having all the access. Okay, all access. So this is how the roles are attached. Basically, if you go into more details about the roles, there are two types of roles: cluster roles, cluster permissions, and index permissions. Okay. So cluster permissions provides a high-level cluster access, cluster monitoring, cluster management, like how you can manage the cluster using the user. And index permission is basically how you can track your index, add your index, or create the index, update the index. So those kind of accesses are being managed by the index permissions. So these are the basic permissions that we set up with the roles. Okay, so now we have seen like how we can connect to the cluster and create a hash. Once the hash is created, we are updating the password with the hash with the new hash in the internal user.yaml file, and updating the security configuration with the security admin.sh file. We're running the tool. So once that is done, we have validated the service, that is Elasticsearch and Kibana service, and we are able to connect with the new password. So that is the manual step that I have provided, like how you can connect to the cluster and update the password. But here is some basic bash script that I have created. Basically, it will connect to both the nodes and it will run the same steps. So Docker execute within the container. I am going to run this command, security config hash. So I am passing the new password. So this is the new password I am passing in. Okay, so once the new password is passed, so it will run the security configuration, like it is going to create the hash, take the backup of the internal user file, and then it will run the set command to update that hash value in the internal user file. Okay, so once that is updated, we are updating the security configuration with this. docker execute command. Okay, and same steps are being carried out for the second cluster. So this is how we will be updating, we will be installing and configuring the Elasticsearch and Kibana services of the Open Distro with the Docker Compose file, and we have seen how we can update the internally users default setup, that is default admin and password setup of the Elasticsearch and Kibana service. So I hope you understood like how to use the Open Distro. So this is a very good tool, Open Distro Elasticsearch, which you can use and try it out. Basically these tools are for log management. So as I said initially, so Elasticsearch is used for indexing the data. So this data we can get it from Logstash. So Logstash can connect to multiple sources, like it can fetch the data from file, JSON, URL. It can connect from other services. So there are various plugins available, like input plugins are available from where the data can be captured, transformed in the Logstash, and then it can be inserted or fed into the Elasticsearch for indexing. So indexing basically happens on the documents which are pre-formatted. So documents are in the JSON format. So documents are indexed in the Elasticsearch for easy search, like it is a free text search engine tool. So once the data is available, we can easily analyze or visualize any size of data which is coming from the sources. So like it can be petabytes, terabytes, any size of data that we can analyze easily with the Elasticsearch tool. So that is how we can use these tools. So you try it out and have a look at it. We will try to see if there is we will try to see if we can get into something more on this tool with new features or new things that we can try to look at in our next video. Thank you all. Thanks for watching this video, and you have a good day.